I am Carol Harvey, San Francisco investigative reporter, and you are looking at a radiation cleanup zone on Treasure Island in San Francisco Bay. The cleanup zone is marked in red on the Treasure Island map. After people walking by got hit in the eyes with burning dust, we decided to find out what is going on in that cleanup zone called the West Side Solid Waste Disposal Area. The Navy pronounces SWDA SWEDA. It's actually a large toxic dump where the Navy burned garbage on their base, reducing the garbage to chemicals and heavy metals with lots of radioactive material thrown in. The SWEDA follows the shoreline for about a mile and runs a quarter-mile inland to Gateview Avenue, where the SWEDA gate opens across from the Avenue B bus stop. The bus shelter at Avenue B in Gateview. The Gateview Avenue entrance into the West Side Solid Waste Disposal Area. Looking through the open gate into the West Side Solid Waste Disposal Area. A cyclone fence surrounds this very long cleanup zone. The following 7.2-second video clip was shot along the shore a quarter-mile from the bus stop on May 5th, 2021. This is as close as we could get, shooting from the perimeter path around the island, across this quarter-mile wide toxic dump, into the work area just inside the Gateview Avenue entrance. Screenshots from that clip show indistinct images. This screenshot shows a row of townhouses along Gateview Avenue on the other side of the entrance. The entrance to that SWEDA, which is right across from the bus stop, is right behind that white truck, which is visible from a distance. This screenshot shows shipping containers lined up in a row, with an orange earth mover parked to the far left. Suddenly, we notice a group of workers standing on our side of the shipping containers, between the white truck and the orange earth mover. At this distance, the workers appear to be talking in a group. But the person who shot the video observed that the workers are actually in a line, walking slowly toward the containers day after day. Over several days, they don't appear to advance more than 6 to 8 feet toward the line of shipping containers. The workers stoop down using their hands to pick objects from the ground and put them in buckets. They also appear to be holding poles. The poles seem to have devices fixed to the ends, like Geiger counters or metal detectors. Here is a radiation worker at the Bigelow Court cleanup zone on August 8, 2016, scanning for radiation with a Geiger counter fixed to the end of a pole. The workers then dump the contents of their buckets into the shovel of the orange earth mover. The earth mover backs up and drives between the shipping containers, then returns with an empty shovel. The islander assumes the shovel's contents were dumped. In fact, this Navy leaflet states they are searching for material potentially posing an explosion hazard, or MPPEH. The leaflet states soil stockpiles will be radiologically scanned. Stacked shipping containers will surround select stockpiles to protect against potential safety hazards due to MPPEH. Explosive material. Metal detectors were certainly used to locate the explosives. And since the West Side Solid Waste Disposal Area is an active radiation cleanup zone, workers could have been scanning the ground with Geiger counters fixed to the bottom of handheld rods. In a March 11, 2021 meeting, the Navy announced they had found Mk2 hand grenades and 88mm Japanese mortars in the SWEDA, and later we learned they had found even more explosives. The following diagram describes the explosives, the steel-lined containers, and the access points and barriers that were supposed to protect the public, but didn't. The Navy states that the rows of shipping containers are barriers lined up to protect the workers from explosions. The words cleverly camouflage the fact that workers can be struck by flying fragments. Behind the contorted phrase, hazardous fragmentation distance. Big problem. The diagram states that the Navy has instituted access control points and closures to limit non-essential personnel from site and vicinity access. These access points and closures may limit non-essential personnel and vicinity access, but wind-blown dust like explosions cannot be contained. The Navy cannot guarantee that anyone, including workers, people nearby, or residents, can escape being struck by high winds or exploding fragments. People live 10 to 50 feet from the cleanup zone in the row of townhouses along Gateview Avenue. On March 24, 2021, a passerby and another person a week later, who happened by on Gateview Avenue near the fence, were hit by dust blowing through a hole in the untethered tarp. The dust carried some unidentified toxin that irritated their eyes and facial skin. One pedestrian's eyes stopped stinging after a day. The other took a strong hit that turned their eyes and face red, as if they had received a chemical burn. 3 months later, the after effects suggest permanent eye damage. Federal Environmental Protection Agency EPA law clearly states people shall not live within 200 feet of a cleanup zone. As one smart observer put it, on Treasure Island people live inside cleanup zones.